What's going on, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, GB Podcast here, man. Jillin GB in Confusion. And we got a very, very special guest, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Koa in the building, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, my guys, man.
What's up with it, man?
What's up, man? You want to start us off with anything, boss, man?
Yeah, man. I just want to start off with a little prayer real quick. You know what I'm saying? Bless the podcast.
Okay. Got your heads, man.
All right. Dear God, first and foremost, you're King of Kings, Lord of Lords. We're nothing without you. I just want to pray over these two right now. They're doing an amazing stuff. I know they're going to be light in this evil world, in this dark world. Thank you for allowing me to even be here, God. I know I'm nothing without you. Let us just speak, debate, and have fun. In Jesus' name I pray. In your name, amen.
Amen. Good looking on that, brother. Appreciate you putting us in good spirits early.
Yes, sir.
We gonna let's start to it, man. Let's get right to it.
Let's get it.
Let's go. So, what you're doing right now? We're gonna get right into it. We got the name going.
Yeah.
Where did God's Warrior come from?
Got you. So God's Warrior kind of came from so it's crazy because at first my name was No Respect, right, on Instagram. So I went from No Respect to God's Warrior because I got baptized maybe about like a month ago.
Okay.
And once I got baptized, I was like, I kind of want to do things differently. And my name, Kekoa, it means warrior. So it's like Hawaiian, it means strength and courage. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to just put the two and two together. And I'm going to just call myself God's Warrior. And, I'm going to just live in that and just be that. Plus, I feel like it kind of stands out more than just No Respect. I feel like, especially as far as like branding and, once he's No Respect, I think the first thing they think of is like he's ignorant. Right, so
some could, but that's what you feel. I feel it.
No respect, by the way. That's a fire.
It is.
That was though.
It is. That's the crazy thing.
That's a fire.
You keep it too, though.
Yeah, for sure. I had it because like in basketball, like I felt like I would never get that respect.
That's fair.
So that's kind of why I had the No Respect because I felt like I never got it. But now it's like I don't really care about that. Now it's like I'm just trying to use my gift, for God. And honestly, and that's that. Because I feel like even with NBA players, right? Like when you play, like you're not really playing for, like you're playing for money and playing for a sentence. But I feel like you should also play to inspire people.
Right.
Because it's a lot of like, NBA players now, like Tyrese Halliburton. I see kids talking about Tyrese. I'm like, when did kids start talking about Tyrese Halliburton, bro? I'm like, but
times has changed.
Time has changed for sure. And like, that's just how he's inspiring people,
That's good. That's good, man. If you guys don't know, if y'all don't follow him, give him a follow, man.
Sure.
God's
Link
Warrior.
right in the description.
You'll put that in the description. So you had I want to say you had a certain content beforehand, but now you're going like full fledged. Now it's in full effect.
For sure. 100%.
What kind of went behind that before you started? Did you have any little?
So I ended up. So I was at Northwest University. It's an NAIA school. I played basketball there, and then, so I guess what they don't tell you is like as far as like being a professional basketball player, because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go overseas. Yeah. It's very hard to do. Like it's extremely hard. No one talks about how the process of getting an agent. Possibly only getting paid around $400, $500.
Jeez.
Like I didn't know. You probably won't even get paid.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. So and I didn't even know this like going into like college or my senior year.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to me that I was playing basketball at a university and no one was like, "Hey, if this is your plan, you should know this, and this."
Right.
Right. So
it's gonna be an easy journey.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking like I got it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I did my thing.
Right.
So now it's like, all right, I get out of school. I go a year trying to, get agents. I ended up going to a camp, spent money, got scammed, basically. So in that time, like I was just so angry, like I was playing basketball, but like now at this point, like I hate it,
That's fair.
I I hated. I used to go to the gym, dread it, and mind you, like I'm playing basketball. You guys know who Devin the Lab is? Yeah. So at the time, like I'm playing basketball with Devin the Lab and a bunch of his guys, and I'm not even realizing that this is an opportunity for me just to get my name out, just to play.
Right.
Have fun. Like I'm focused. I'm so focused on not being able to go overseas that I'm not even realizing the opportunity that I have.
Right.
So during that time, I'm playing like a pro-am, and I dislocate my shoulder.
Oh, really?
Dislocated, bro. So,
I never knew that.
Yeah, so I hurt myself, and during that 5 months was when like I just went like 5 to 6 months. It's kind of when I just went AWOL, like off gram, no speaking to anybody. And during that whole time, like my my doctor didn't know if I was actually going to be able to play basketball again. Because the way it was healed, I kind of I fractured my shoulder, and then the piece of my shoulder that was supposed to heal, they didn't know if it was going to heal properly. Yeah, so that's what kind of, so in that 5 months, that's what kind of led to me just doing a lot of reflecting and just being grateful, bro, that I get to just pick up a basketball again.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of like the transition of why I went from, from that time to getting baptized, because it allowed me to just sit down and allowed me to just analyze on the things that I was doing wrong.
Right. You got like a little breath of fresh air.
Fresh air, bro. And I needed it. Like, that was the first time I've been away from a basketball since I was little.
Yeah.
Like,
seriously. About basketball.
I know you needed it, bro.
I needed that, bro.
That's so much basketball you can play, bro. Even for everybody. So I get that. Glad you back on your feet. How your shoulder doing good now?
Bro, it's good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I be lifting every morning, bro. I'm happy.
You said fuck what the doctor said. You said
bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
100%.
Who got you into it? When was like the first time you really picked up a basketball?
I would say my grandmother. My grandmother got me into basketball. My grandmother got me into basketball.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
She played or something?
No,
she just watched.
She just watched, and my grandma actually passed away.
So I'm
actually happy you brought this up. She passed away maybe around like 2 or 3 years ago while I was a junior in college, and that was a time, man. But how I got started was I used to watch Kobe. She's the one who introduced me to Kobe.
Okay.
And I used to just want to be like Kobe, and I used to call her coach, right? And she used to just give me a towel and stuff like I was Kobe and put it on my shoulder, and I should watch the game. So like that's what kind of like got me into the whole like basketball scene. Like that's
whole spirit and shit. Yeah.
For sure, 100%. So that's how I grew.
She knew that Kobe. When she would do it, she knew it was because of that.
Yeah,
because of Kobe.
Exactly. Like she knew that. Like she knew that I would identify myself with Kobe in a way. How? I have no idea. But it just works out like that.
All right.
Rest in peace, Kobe, man.
Yeah,
Rest
bro. R.P. Kobe, dog. He's a
legend. That's a legend, man.
A legend, bro. For sure, 100%.
With that being said, Dan, we're gonna skip to one of the questions. We will, in your opinion, like who's better.
Ooh,
so we'll put a couple.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go. Since we was talking about Kobe, let's go MJ or Kobe.
Okay.
MJ, Kobe's tough.
MJ, Kobe is tough, bro.
Kobe's tough. So, okay, this is what I have to say. From the sense of like generational, I feel like, in a way, yes, Kobe is our MJ, because a lot of people like to say that Kobe replicated Michael Jordan's game, which is true. But I do see some differences. I feel like Kobe's work ethic separates himself from MJ, in my opinion. I feel like that's Kobe's mentality, right? Like Mamba mentality. Right? And I feel like me personally, I choose Kobe because I can identify myself with that, right? And like I know a lot of old heads may choose MJ because he was, what they call him, Black Jesus?
Black Jesus.
That's a crazy name.
Hey, that's what he called himself, though. He proved it.
Right, so like, that's all they see growing up. Like, you know, like they don't see anyone else, so... Yeah, I personally feel like it's Kobe all the way.
They a little biased to
I
it.
feel like with the whole Kobe and MJ take, I feel like with that it's like you said, it's generational, right?
Yeah.
We grew up watching Kobe.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
never seen Jordan play live.
Nah.
Not in person.
We see who he played against.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's what it boils down to, I feel like. Now, if you go off stats, it's a whole different story, man. So I ain't gonna get into stats, man. But I'm Team Kobe too, man.
We could do a whole MJ versus Kobe pod,
man.
Bro,
To be honest,
it takes that long.
It takes that long. You gotta really break it down, the stats, and you gotta
we gotta really get into it.
The advanced stats, the plus minuses, and
per 36, anything.
Per 36.
Man, who had the most game winners?
Who had the most? Yeah, you're like, all right.
Who was on this team? Everything, bro. We gonna go to T-Mac, PG.
T-Mac or Paul George?
You know, they different. Same size, though. But they is different.
6'8", 6'9", yep.
Man.
I think I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say?
It might be what I say, too, bro.
All right. Because I feel like... Now, in my opinion, right, I feel like Paul George will always be one of them ones. But if we're talking about, like, same size, like, I got T-Mac. Like, you know, like, bro, I just feel like he just has a different mentality than Paul George.
Yeah.
You know, like, and again, I feel like when it comes to basketball, it's all about mentality. You know, like, 13 seconds, bro. Like, that's crazy.
That's
like,
crazy. Yeah.
That's very, very hard to do. Like, you have to have focus. You know, you can't, like, in that 13 seconds, you can't mess up.
You can't.
You can't, like...
Everything to a T.
Everything to a T.
It was like, I know what you're saying, like 13 points or whatever in 35 seconds, but that's still impossible almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mentality, for sure.
For sure, you know? Like, I can't even argue that Paul George has better skill than T-Mac because it's like T-Mac was like almost like a blueprint, you know?
He was, yeah.
He still has skill.
He does.
You know, like, he had crazy skill. Like, he's the one who, he invented Hezzy Pool?
T-Mac, I think so.
Like, so, you know?
I never thought about that.
Yeah, bro.
Shout out to T-Mac,
T-Mac, man.
Nah, T-Mac's generational,
Shout out
man.
to
I feel like with injuries, man, played his part, man.
For sure.
You can argue the same with PG though, man.
Yeah, for sure.
100%, who knows what PG trajectory would be like if he didn't have that USA injury? He snapped his whole leg. That was tough to come from.
Shout out to PG for coming back.
Exactly,
to that too.
man. Came back a dog after that too. Injuries, man. But
100%.
I got a couple more. We'll get on to something else, but I got a couple more for you. And just to bring it up, me and Koa used to play back in the day. Long Beach Gold, man. Shout out to Long Beach Gold.
Shout out Long Beach Gold.
Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Nell. Everybody, man. It was a good little time.
For sure. 100%.
And Koa was really the point. Like, I was point, but I backed him up because, you know, he was that good where he'll find you as a point guard. He'll find you, but he's not gonna necessarily pass it to you right away. You know what I mean? He'll see you open, but then he'll gonna get it to you in the right spot. So with that being said, who did you like look after? I'll say one though, like Rondo or CP3. Like,
I'm going CP for sure, 100%.
Really?
So, because
you do have a shot, like, you know what I mean. So Rondo wasn't known for that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I like Rondo though, just because. He do win. He does win.
I 100%. He's a winner.
But for you personally, you go with CP.
Me, yeah, because I feel like that's how I'm out on my game after when I was younger. Like, that's the whole reason why I shoot a mid-range jumper.
CP was, king of mid-range, yep.
But Rondo is definitely a winner, bro. Like, if we're talking
I see Rondo in you, like, where, you know, Rondo has, like, that edge where he's not just, like, trying to get he's not trying to be just a monster offensively. He's like defensive too. CP got defense as well. Sure. But Rondo just has that. I don't know.
He has like an edge to him.
They are a little different. I can't say why, but
they are different. It's weird. It's so weird different, you know.
I love CP too.
Same game style, but so different at the same time.
Different.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
I might be biased when he was on my Lakers, bro, but
he was on the Lakers.
That might be why. That might be why.
Okay.
I seen Rondo take Braun game 7, man, all by himself, man.
He did.
He had help Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, man, but that was Rondo's series.
He did.
I can't argue that because CP3, he's so great, man. Like, he turned that Clippers franchise around. Like, yeah, they have Blake, but the whole clip show, bro, come on, man, that was legendary.
100%. Like, CP, like, I feel like CP was like the standpoint for like pure point guards. Like, if you want to be a pure point guard, like, you would like do CP.
You do CP.
But if we're talking about like they're so similar, so it's kind of hard. But I definitely feel like Rondo I feel like Rondo just has a certain edge to him to where he's crazy smart. Like, don't get me wrong, Chris Paul is super smart, but I feel like Rondo is like psycho smart.
He got like a self-control about himself where you don't really see him get out of his character too much.
And I think that could be the difference as well.
That's what I'm thinking about right now as 100%. We speak. Like that's the difference. That's why I like, Rondo a little bit more. I don't know. I like his game. His 3-point developed too. Towards the end, people sleeping on that, but his whole game was just like it was kind of flawless to me.
That was beautiful to see, bro, because he definitely made himself like a threat, right? Threat. So that was beautiful to see.
Starting off the bench, all that, bro.
Yeah.
One more though, man. Since we, PG talk, man, we got Kyrie or Steph.
Why you do this?
Kyrie or Steph.
I gotta get to the words, man. We gotta talk to you in a minute, my boy.
Are we talking about like who I'd rather do?
Well, let's say who you rather. I don't know. I don't. Let's say who you like more. Let's just say
who I like more.
Who would you put on your first?
Make it like this, man. You starting the 5. Who's your starting PG, man? Kyrie or Steph?
Starting. Who is my starting PG? Kyrie or Steph?
Injuries non-related.
Prime Kyrie.
Prime Kyrie. Prime Steph.
Yep, exactly. I know that's a tough one.
I got my answer. You know what I mean?
It's a tough one. Again, I feel like it also goes down to like play style too.
True. How you build your team?
I'm not gonna. I like Kyrie. I have to go with Kyrie. I
don't blame you, bro. I don't blame it. Don't blame it.
See, my disagreement with that, man, is no, trust me, I love Kyrie, man. I try to model my game after Kyrie at a certain point, but my thing with Kyrie, bro, it's like he's great. He's probably like the most skilled basketball player ever. I could say that. He's 6'2", not the most athletic, not the best shot, but for some reason he could give you 40 any night. You know what I mean? The thing with Steph though is like I disagree so much with that just because Steph changed the game of basketball how it's played. You know? And rings, things, MVPs, man, and I just think Steph, man, he's might be the best point guard of all time. Arguably.
And I agree with everything you said, bro. Like as far as him being like a generation, I agree with him being a generational talent. I agree with that. Because like he did change the game of basketball. I'm not gonna lie, like Steph made it easier for guards like me to play.
Right.
Very true.
So
That's true.
I give my respect to Steph and Curry 110%. The reason why I like Kyrie is because his game is just so pure.
That's true. Yeah.
When he's like dribbling a basketball, it's like Picasso is drawing art himself.
Yes, sir.
That's a crazy. That's
crazy
fair,
analogy.
Bro. That's what I'm saying. But you get
that's spot on for sure.
Yeah, spot on, bro. Like that's crazy.
Like that's
it's like an art to him.
It's like an art, bro. It's like he was literally made to like play basketball in a sense. Like someone said, I think it was Jeff Teague said that if he misses on he said something. He said like if he misses on an ISO, it's because the rim moved. I don't know if that was what he said, but like that's a point, But shout out to both of those guys, bro.
Man, both incredible, man. Both legends. But
I mess with Kyrie just because I seen what they was, 1v1 in the finals, man. When it counted, what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. He did put him down.
You know what I mean?
He did put
when everybody healthy, you know what it is, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay. What would be like? Since you're still playing. You're still doing content. I still see you trying to get better and not trying to stay the same.
For sure.
What would be your best like training tactic? Basically, I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
You got on-court training by yourself. You got open runs at 24. You can even go video games for some because I learned a lot off just video games alone. You got regular games with
being played,
refereed. So you got like a couple options. What would be your go-to? Where to get better at?
I would say playing a lot. I would say hooping a lot because it's always about like reps. Like,
competition, that's key.
you know, like if you're able to hoop every day and hoop with reps, you're a lot, like, it gives you the chance to see everything over and over and over and over again, right? Like, if I go between the legs, right, and a defender is in front of me, then I change direction, right? And I do this every day, every day, every day. And now it's just going to become like second nature to the point where I'm going to expect this defender to be right here because I make this move like this so much.
Right.
You know, so I feel like that's kind of where I would say, as far as just playing every day, kind of just
You're more open to like going to the open runs, having a referee, or going to a like a rec game or something like that where you can actually try shit.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I definitely feel like playing more gets you better faster, but I enjoy like work. I do enjoy like having a trainer and like working out.
You enjoy the grind.
I do. Like I enjoy the grind. Like I'm doing now. Like I wake up at like shout out to DP Poke Training DJ. Shout out to DJ.
Got you.
For sure.
Seen that.
He trains me every day. Wake up at like 5:30. Go from 5:30 to 6, and then I'm straight to work. And I enjoy that because it's like it's like it's like a story being written, bro. It's like I'm doing this every day, and I'm staying consistent every day, and I've done it so much to the point where I have faith that it's gonna work because of like, it's just stacking days and just being repetitious. So now when I am done or when I am seeing myself get better, right, that's the part that makes me want to just continue playing because of me getting better.
Got you.
That's real shit.
Nice way to put that. Nice way to put that.
Yeah,
shout out to DP, man.
Shout out DP,
It's been
man.
a minute, man.
Yeah.
DP training, man. Shouts out to y'all, man.
For sure, 100%.
If you played any other sports, like, have you ever played, let's say football, baseball? Do you think that even helped you out if you did play?
I did. I played football, and I have 3 brothers, right? 3 brothers.
You do?
So I have
Really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get into it right now. So I have my half brother. His name's Caillou. All right, and then I have Jakari, and then I have JoJo. Right. Now I would say 2 of them, Caillou and JoJo, they played football. Right. My older brother's just very smart. He's smart, super smart. Right.
Got you.
Now they played football. So growing up, like that's probably like the sport that in the house that like everyone would kind of play. I'm the only one who chose basketball. So I feel like playing football gave me that mentality of kind of what you said, of like Rondo, like having that edge.
Yeah.
I feel like because I played football, it kind of gives me like a kind of like a edge on the court.
Right.
Like
That dog mentality.
exactly.
A little bit,
Like I can't explain it, but I feel like it definitely like helped me in a way to where it just you just hit a wall. You just
see
get up.
different type of opponents, and like you see how they act towards certain stuff.
Exactly.
You apply it to different, little rules here
Exactly.
and there to basketball.
For sure.
They do go hand in hand.
For sure. And I feel like football is meant for people who definitely just have a lot of, I don't want to say anger, but they definitely like.
They enjoy contact. Let's just put it
I
like
could
that.
not play
Yeah,
that.
bro.
I'm ready to fight, bro.
Bro,
You hit me the wrong way.
And my little brother's a wide receiver, and my other brother Joseph, he's a cornerback, right? And he's out of all 3 of us, he's the one who's gonna crash, 100%. Like, he's the one who's gonna crash. So he and shout out to my brothers because I feel like those 2 really helped me as far as that, bro. So yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
I always wondered, bro. I always knew you was on that hoop stuff, man.
Yeah.
Even at the Wood and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's where I first met Ko at. We used to have this little league called the Wood, Lakewood, and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody in SoCal, or at least in that area, Long Beach, Lakewood area.
I don't understand.
They kind of, the Wood was that place where everybody met each other and everything. And if you was good from there, you would move on to the next step, AAU.
100%. The Wood is where like it kind of trains you to hoop,
To take over, to do
bro.
the stuff you see in the video games and watch on TV. and everything.
Man, the Wood is what inspired you to go play AAU. 100%.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get in the AAU, bro. We're gonna get in the AAU. So how many teams you play for at AAU?
Teams I play for AAU, I played for 3 teams in my whole life. I played for Long Beach Gold, I played for Team Dojo. It's a basketball organization based out of Lancaster. And then I played for Prodigy, the Prodigy Way in the Inland Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, with Cameron Murray and Tracy Murray. I don't know if you know who those guys is. Tracy Murray.
Probably by face.
Yeah, for sure. Tracy Murray, he played in the league. He played for the Wizards.
Okay.
He's mostly known for dropping 50. Yeah, and then Cameron Murray's a point guard. I believe he went to, I'm gonna say Pasadena. I don't wanna butcher it because he's a guy. But he's also. Oh, he went to Pasadena. He went to USC, and then he went to Louisville. So he went to those schools, point guard. And then so that travel ball team actually is what helped me. Like learn a lot about basketball, and I was able to kind of see a difference between like levels. Like that year is what made me realize like, oh, I have to get better.
Yeah.
You know,
you can have so much success in one place, but then you get to another place, like it's like
it's
a whole different beast.
Right? Yeah. And that year, like that team was probably like one of the best teams ever. I feel like we didn't lose. We only lost maybe around like 3 times that whole year.
Wow.
We have an NBA guy on that team now. Played for Kessler Edwards. He plays for
I was
them
just
now.
about to ask you, like, he's been in the loop around here. I remember seeing him when he wasn't that good, and I was like, we played him. You know what I mean? I was like, and then now he grew up. You know what I mean? In the league. I don't know if he's in there now, but you know he made it though. So.
Yeah, you probably talking about J Mac too, Jordan McLaughlin. He played with
Jordan McLaughlin too. He went to Jordan, right?
Yeah, he went to
Well, he went to Rancho, or he's from the IE.
Yeah, he's from IE too. He went to Etowanda, I believe.
Etowanda, that's what it was.
Yep, he went to Etowanda, and then he went to USC, and then he got drafted to the T-Wolves, and now he's at SAC.
Jordan McLaughlin,
He was the first NBA guy, I believe, that came out of Prodigy, I believe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I think he set the tone for that.
Dope.
So shout out to J Mac for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
Kessler Edwards,
and Kessler,
J Mac, you got to play with them too. Another guy I seen, you play with Zaire Williams?
Oh, Team Dojo,
Right.
yes.
Really?
That's
okay.
Yeah, I play with Zaire Williams, with Team
Zaire
Dojo
Williams.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, he's on Brooklyn Nets now for sure. So he's good, yeah.
Dang, you play with a couple people,
Just-
man.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, just like two. Well, yeah. Shout out to those guys.
You be more in a minute.
For sure, 100%.
With that being said, too, we had this game. Little story, real quick. We had this game. We would travel to Vegas, a couple times. You know, maybe once a year. But this time we found a match. It was the CP3 team. The CP3 team is where I kind of realized like it might not be for me. You know what I mean?
CP3 team.
As soon as I get in the game, trapped. I felt like everybody was 6'1" on that team and above.
Yeah.
At the age of 15 years old,
Yeah.
I think. Right? It was 14 or 15.
Yeah, bro. They just had like a different level of like athleticism.
CP is in the building with the red glossy
red.
Jordan 4s on.
Looking
with the red college shirt, look like State Farm and everything, bro. Everybody's following them.
Whole
There's
crowd.
4 courts, I believe.
Everybody's
at that court.
Yeah.
You play 2K,
Yeah.
and like you know how like when you're on a hot streak, everyone's there, bro. It was. It felt like that, bro.
I
Like,
felt we played Sharif O'Neal in high school, man. I know that, yeah. And then travel ball, I already know how travel ball gets, man.
bro.
So I can only imagine,
For
bro,
sure.
with CP.
It was-
Especially with CP in the building. It was probably insane.
With that being said, there's an energy out there. Do you see do you let the outside noise affect you, or can you tune it out when you're on the court?
So, it's weird for me because I hit 3-game winners. Well, I had 6-game winners total. My bad.
Okay.
So, as far as like that energy, one thing that like I learned in like college, is like you have to visualize, bro. Like you literally have to like visualize yourself like making shots. Like in college before I warmed up, right? Like I used to visualize myself like doing stuff like making threes, misses, visualize myself like getting angry. So in that sense, like I feel like no, I never really let it affect me. But as a kid, that CP3 game, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely scared, 100%. I was scared, bro. I was scared 100%. Like,
I was scared too, but he was starting though.
Like,
and he had to make some noise for us so we wouldn't look all it wouldn't look all bad at the end.
For sure. And like I don't know what it was. I just felt like I never seen like that amount of like people at like watching you play. So like it felt weird. Like it felt like I'm out of place, like a fish out of water.
You're right.
A little bit nervous. You don't want to fuck up, look bad. You
I'm
like
about to drown. Warm ups. I'm like dribbling, throwing a layup 30 feet in the air. Like
God said you good, but we're gonna see how good you really are. Like.
For sure, And then that's kind of when I was like, all right, like there's some more. There's other kids in the world, like there's other kids in the world who's nice.
6 feet and up, and gonna continue to grow too.
This Instagram, what was it like? MSHTV is real or something like that. I remember, bro. Like that was
Shout out
that was just
guys.
a little thing I had to put out there, man. I think it was a story that was supposed to be told, man, because I never been through nothing like that.
Bro,
but it was cool going through it with y'all.
I'm not gonna lie, DJ was low key killing though.
He was.
Yeah, DJ was low key killing, man. He was killing.
It was. All I know is shout out to Coach Fred, man. It was barking crazy, man. It's just
for sure.
But
he said barking.
I gotta see him again.
Sure.
Who are let's see. Who are some significant people that helped you, not even just in hoop, but just to continue your journey and everything? Be like 2 or 3 people. Anybody you want to shout out?
So I would say it's a long list. It's a long list. We talking about family or just like coaches?
Anything.
Anything?
Coaches, any inspirations you may have had?
Just like in general. Just
in general?
Anybody, inspired you.
I'll say 2 off the bat. My mom and my granddad, 100%. I feel like I got to get those 2 out the way. And then if we're just talking as far as like inspiration, I would say I'll put these 2 together because they coach together. And they coach together like forever. Yeah. So I'll say Aaron Landon and Tyler Velasquez. Definitely. They coach at St. Martin's right now, D2. They won like 2 championships, I believe, in their conference. Still aiming and coaching towards like a national. And then obviously I say Coach Fred too. Obviously, he was a big impact going along, being there, 100%. So, if I had to say, like, you trust me, there's like a long list of people that
I'm sure there are. I'm sure.
So, like, I don't want anyone to be.
Question.
I don't want anyone to feel. Top of my head. But yeah, I just feel like those are the people.
It's like a life you couldn't imagine without them.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like more pivotal during my years.
Got you, bro. Got you. Have you ever been through, I think we kind of talked about this earlier, but like, have you ever been through that sense of adversity where you feel like you just wanted to, to quit? And then if you did, what kind of got you back up?
Yeah, bro. It was actually like my senior year of college. So my junior year of college is kind of when I mentioned like after my grandma died, right? That year, I actually played my best basketball ever. Like, I averaged, like, 15, 6, and, like, 6.
That's pretty good.
I was shooting, like, 45% from the 3 and, like, 42% from the field. I was all conference. Yeah. So, like, that year was, like, I'm on top of the world. Like, that's, like, the confidence that I had. But then my head coach ends up getting let go, getting fired. We had seniors that were pivotal. They ended up leaving the program. And then I'm a senior year, right? I don't necessarily have like any other options as far as like going somewhere else. Yeah. This is the year right after COVID, right? So like this is the year we this is the year we get back. So now it's senior year. New head coach, right? New head coach comes. He comes from a high school program, so he's never coached actual. Not saying he's not a good coach.
Right.
But it is a
whole different scale of
it. Yeah, no different scale. So, right, and then we end up getting a whole different new team.
Jeez.
Right. So, mind you, that's the year that my grandma passed away. I didn't really get to grieve because I'm hooping, right? Like, I'm not trying to worry about it. That's the last thing I want to worry about. I just want to hoop. So I get there. We got a big man, he's super nice. He tore his ACL. Tore his ACL.
That's your pain.
And that's one of the reasons why I came. Tore his ACL, right? Tore his ACL.
Up,
so that happened, and then my family ended up we had a trucking business, right? It's called Tycoon Transport, and it was meant to serve because my uncle, he was killed in a car crash.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, for sure, 100%. So we used that money to kind of like start a family business, right? We lost that when bankrupt. So in this all happens in a year, right?
Shit.
So at the time, it's like I'm losing I'm losing games. It's not fun, right?
New team, new
coaches. I'm
situation.
New situation. I'm not gelling with the players, right? Because I know how the level I was at, and they have no idea. They have no idea of like what's going on, right? Plus, I had a girl at the time. That didn't make it any better. 100%. That didn't make it.
That's fair.
Better. So that year is when I was just like, you know what, bro? Like, I just dug. That's the year when I just kind of just dug deep and kind of just grounded myself. I just, I didn't really know God then, but like, that was kind of the year to where we would have like basketball like practices, and my assistant coach Adam Lynch, he would do like these mini chapels, and he would like just talk about God, and he would talk about how he's just there, and he would just do different lessons before like practice, right? And I feel like that's kind of what helped me like stay the course. That's what kind of just helped me just stay there and just just be there. It gave me something to just get my mind thinking off of, think differently.
Right. Calm through the storm.
Calm through the storm, right? And, I didn't know God, but it just helped me, right?
Right.
So I would say that helped me, bro. God really, like, helped me as far as pushing through that storm. 100%.
There we go.
100%.
You got your favorite point guards down. We got the new landscape of the NBA. We got, new MVP candidates, what I mean? Jokic has been there, Giannis, Shea.
I want to knock Jokic off, bro. He gotta give it up.
When you gave the SGA, man.
You gotta give it up. SGA gotta win.
SGA, yeah.
I feel it. Everybody got their little biases. I understand. You got a little, like, it's European now, kind of.
I know, bro.
Not saying top 5 players are, but, like, you can make a top 5 European, and they would go at, our U.S. team.
Nah, bro, it would be bad.
For real.
It'd be bad.
It would. With the new landscape and everything. Who do you got winning the ship?
We got winning an NBA championship?
Yeah, we got a couple teams. We got the Rockets that are under the radar. We got Thunder that I think. No, I don't see that happening either. They need that. They need that 90+ overall.
They ain't got no experience. That's all it is. They don't got no deep playoff experience on that team.
Winning the championship.
Remember, we got Thunder, we got Celtics, we got LA now.
We got the Cavs. Cavs are pretty good this year, man.
They're number one. They're still the first seed, right?
First seed in the East, 14, 15 game win streak right now.
Evan Mobley is
Mobley's killing
almost
bro.
in his prime, almost with how he's playing.
I'm trying to think who's going to be coming out of that West, bro, because the West is just...
it's anybody's game.
They're not even winning the ship. Who you got, East and West?
East and West? Yeah. I feel like for East and West, I feel like it's going to either be... We have... We
got Boston. We got Cavs.
So it's either going to be Boston or Cavs.
That's fair.
Out of the East.
No, Knicks.
I think the Knicks are nice, though. They are nice,
the
man,
bench
but
is maybe questionable.
You can say the same thing with them. No playoff experience, man.
That's not the only reason why I'm saying the Cavs right now is because they're they have an identity. Like they just know, like they're just in a rhythm.
Right.
So
everybody on that starting five.
Everyone knows
like,
their role. You got Garland, man. Garland's just a fucking hooper.
Underrated hooper.
Yeah. Spider get the buckets. DeAndre Hunter play the defense, knock 3 and D.
That was a good pickup right there.
That was a great one.
That's a 3 and D.
That's side 3 and D at the 3, man.
those.
6'8", long. You know
Exactly.
What I mean?
That's what they needed. That's what they needed, though, for sure.
Yeah.
West though, man, that's the tricky one.
Thunder, I just feel like they have a lot.
Thunder got potential,
they got
man.
Aaron Wiggins.
The thing with the Thunder though,
they
could get knocked off by our Lakers, man, because they don't got no LeBron stopper. Like, who really could stop LeBron? You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like,
and we have Luka.
We got Luka. Luka has. We got to think about it. Luka has playoff experience. He went to the finals with that Mavs team, and we all know what LeBron do. You know what I mean?
LeBron's a winner.
LeBron's a winner, man.
LeBron might be a little bit more reliable.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Let him rest up a little bit.
Rest
up a little bit, man.
Get Luka right, man. It's gonna be tough, but I think it's anybody's game in the West, man. You got Thunder, Lakers, Warriors, man. Curry,
Warriors is actually a sleeper. That's a sleeper right there. You got
Curry.
2 all-time greats.
Yeah. You got the Nuggets. They always somewhere. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, Clippers fighting for a spot.
Jimmy Butler real-lived Steph, man.
He did.
You think the NBA got better?
I do. I think as far as talent, I think it did. I think there was a moment in time where everything was stagnant. But now I feel like it's getting back competitive. Like I feel like it's getting back to the point where no one's liking each other, and that's good for basketball.
Everyone's hanging out,
because we can't. It's not like 80s or 90s where people throwing elbows at each other to make it more interesting, right?
Right.
So now I feel like now it's more of to like there's no more like friends for you know.
Everyone's taking that Mambo mentality. Then
Serious, you
bro.
know, you have to like. That's what makes it better because now it's like we look forward to watching the rivalries,
right?
You know? And then we want to watch. Now they're going to feed into it
for a couple of years and see if they stay with the same team and see who teams up.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to that Chet and Wemby rivalry, bro.
That's gonna be a good.
That's gonna be a good rivalry, bro.
I pray Wemby makes it out this blood clot because it's Chris Bosh went down that same way, bro, and his career is over, man. So I'm hoping Wemby. Yeah, that's a crazy one, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a couple minutes left, man. I do want to end off with a question. What is something that you want people to know about you? Something you want to leave off? Some type of words of wisdom you want to give to the viewers? Any younger kids? We are of age now, so we do got upcoming kids
for sure.
Stuff kind of just they find us.
Like I honestly I do want to say something like something serious that I've like just noticed. Now I want to dive into like the streamers, right? Like I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I've been seeing a lot like of kids just watching like streamers and like YouTube and like it's mainly on TikTok, right? And like what I've been seeing, what I've noticed is that like I don't think they understand the streamers like what kind of responsibility that they have. Because it's like they're making content, right? But the content that they're making is a lot of like sexualized content.
Very true.
Right? And so now I know, right, like that's kind of like what viewers want to see. But I feel like there is a point to where you have to kind of implement something else, right? Because it's like I have a 5-year-old, little cousin, niece,
right?
Like I have a 5-year-old cousin, and you're creating this content, right? And you're showing the world that you can pay $200, right, to have a fun time on the internet, bro. Yeah, and I feel like that's crazy. Like I don't want my 5-year-old, niece like watching this.
Let alone like just 10 in general.
Thinking about this, bro. Yeah, so I feel like I just want to and that's kind of the reason why like I'm coming out with like Grace and Game, right? And it's about like implementing like the Bible, like just God and basketball, and trying to make it not trying to make it cool, but like just making it come together, right? Because I feel like not a lot of even people know about this, but like basketball is like very spiritual, bro. Like I was doing some research and it said that that the purpose of basketball is a partake, right? But James Naismith, the one who created basketball, right? It was created at the YMCA. And And the purpose of basketball was to basically spread the gospel. Now, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but you guys walk into a church and there's basketball gyms in the church. You guys ever noticed that?
Yeah,
I do
for
usually
sure.
see a basketball court
played
at
in
church.
gyms
Yeah.
with church in the back.
Right? So, like, that's a purpose of, like, a point of just where, and that's kind of why basketball is for everyone, because, you know, God is for everyone. So, like, it's a, you know, so that's kind of why, like, I'm, like, diving into that, and I want to make it cool, because it's, like, I'm just tired of seeing the same old stuff, bro.
Man, it's like they have an agenda almost, man, but
Bro,
they not, because it's like, okay, yeah, y'all doing it for the buck, man, but you got to realize, man, you got Kai, for an example, 400,000 people. Let's say 300,000 of them are kids.
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
say under 15. You know what I mean? That's a big audience
for
of kids.
sure.
Man.
That's a big audience of kids, bro. Like, and I just hope that, like, they understand that, like, what their responsibility is, like, what they're actually doing. And I feel like it's either one, they know, or two, they just don't know. But Kai Cenat is one of the people who actually knows that, like, I have kids watching me.
Right, he moves accordingly.
He moves accordingly. So that's why, like, I respect Kai, but I can't get on TikTok and just see
everybody trying to get that same
bro,
look.
and everyone's doing the same. Like, I swear, bro, I see, and they're all doing the exact same thing. It's boy and girl content. I don't
want to get two names out there. I don't want to name drop, man. Don't hate me, Deshae, man. But Deshae, come on, man.
My
Deshae,
dog, like,
brother, come on.
You feel me, bro?
Right,
and don't get me wrong, like, and I'm pretty sure Deshae's a talented dude, bro. Exactly. Like, he can easily, like,
bring in 10K viewers, like, off stream.
But like, he was an actor, right?
Exactly, he was.
Like, another thing that he can do is, like, he can host, like, acting classes, bro.
Man. Yeah.
You know, and get exposure that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, you know, like, me personally, I just feel like there's different things.
There's other avenues you
know,
can go.
And again, I'm not attacking you guys. Like, I'm not saying you guys, like, shame on you, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, just be more aware of what you guys are putting into the world.
Right. They got to be a little bit more realizing of how much power they got.
Exactly.
That's real.
Got you. Any last little thing you want to tell our audience, man?
Or leave it like this.
Or even a prayer, anything.
What would you, let's say it's a kid that's viewing the podcast right now. Let's say he's struggling in life and just having a bad time in life, man. What do you tell him right now?
Seriously, bro, like, I would honestly tell him that, everything happens for a reason. Like, there's different. I feel like it's kind of hard to, like, tell a kid this, but I feel like
you can be a man too. Like, you know, just someone struggling.
What I've learned is that, like, there's a season for everything. Like, you go through different seasons, right? Like, you ever notice this? Like, you go through seasons of being happy. You go through seasons of being sad. Like, there's different seasons, right? So you just have to navigate those seasons of just going through stuff. And, you know, I'm gonna keep saying it. I will always say it. Put God first. Even if it's sad, even if you hate him, you know, it's okay to be mad at him. Tell him you're angry at him. You feel me? Like, tell him, let him know.
Right.
But just navigate it. That's all I can really say. Just navigate it.
That's real, man. And just know, man, you might ask God for, you know, just for a lot, man. He might not give it to you exactly how you want it, but he's going to put scenarios, make you go through obstacles just so you can understand it. Sure. Like, you know.
And a lot of stuff are tests, right? Like, you guys really don't know this, but, like, I feel like once you pass, if God gives you something, right, and he's testing you and you fail it, he's gonna give you the same test but in a different scenario. So it's all about how you choose to if you choose to go about it, and you have to pass it, right? Like, that's
how you adapt.
Because like, he puts us in situations to where we're able to kind of, like, learn, right? Like, learn from mistakes. Right. And I genuinely feel like the successful people, the people who get it, are the people who can learn from their mistakes the fastest, you know, and then put that into their life.
I got you. Yeah,
you know, bro,
that's real, man. I just want to leave it off on one more thing, man, just for motivation, man.
For sure, 100%.
Let's just say, man, how I want to put it. We all drove here, right? Mm-hmm. How many red cars did y'all see?
Red cars?
Yeah. You remember you seen any red cars?
I don't remember seeing. If you really think about it, you probably seen a couple.
Probably seen a couple.
You can't remember if you seen one exactly, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's because you weren't looking for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like in life, man, a lot of people just move around not looking for anything. And some shit be right in front of you, like you said. A prime example, your situation. You're so focused on overseas. You're a devil in the lab, bro. Like, I know you realize that, of course, but I'm saying,
bro,
like,
I realized that after. And, like, I've never told Dev this, but, like, I used to watch Dev growing up every day. Like, me and my, like, older brother, Jakar, used to sit on, like, we used to have bunk beds, right?
Yeah.
And we used to sit on top of the bunk bed, bro, and just waiting for episodes to drop 10,000 hours. Like, literally, bro. And, like, I just didn't realize that the opportunity that I had then. Like, I really did not realize, like, what was really going on. Like, you know? But now I understand it. And it's all good because everything happens for a reason.
Exactly,
everything happens for a reason.
And that just goes into my case of, man, sometimes your blessing might be right in front of y'all, and y'all just not looking for it, man. So open up your eyes, man. Stay aware, and you try to get better every day, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ink, my fault. Ink, you want to leave it off with anything, my brother?
It's kind of hard to think about sometimes. We be just trying to go off dome sometimes, you feel me? I go with everybody, what everybody said today, you know what I mean? Everybody at home, take all the stuff we say, take all the stories, take the laughs, you know, take it how you want to, but, you know, sometimes take it seriously and, you know, apply it to your life as well. You know, we're all not perfect, but we, you know, on the verge of trying to get to a little centimeter of it, you know what I mean? So
I get to our roots, man. Get home.
Exactly.
For sure. 100%.
Other than that, man, Koa, thank you for joining us,
Yes,
man.
sir,
We really
man.
appreciate that. Thank you for taking the drive and everything.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro. It's a pleasure having you.
Yes, sir.
Likewise,
UB
bro.
Podcast, man. We're gone.
Yes, sir.
I see my goals in front of my eyes, I'm yelling win. Mary get around, I'ma spin. Keep it on the low, I can't hit again. Go against the grain, got no bread, just cut it out, you not gon' win.